Hey everybody, Brian back at Strong Tower. Let me get in frame here. I'm excited to move with you today. I want to encourage you guys as we start to get through the warm-up. So I spend a good amount of time on my warm-ups, both personally and for you, because I know how important it is as we age to get a great warm-up in. That being said, we are going to do some challenging movements today, so get through the warm-up, even though it's a little bit longer sometimes in some of my videos, I admit. We want to get good and warmed up. Movement prep is again vital just to move well, get all the joints, synovial fluid moving, get the joints healthy and prepped for doing some of the tougher movements we're going to do today. So we're going to do some power movements. I'm going to do this step up into a box here today. As long as I'm not knocking anything off the cubbies, I think I'm good. So you need a wall that you're not going to break and that you maybe don't mind planting a shoe into. And this kind of like almost a step up, but more of a kick into a supported foot position there. So we're going to work on power. We're going to work on a little bit of speed. Fantastic. Just a lot of benefits for bone density, for movement quality, for safety, injury prevention. We got to move fast to be prepared for day-to-day life. So when stuff happens, so to speak. So we're going to start with 5 squats and then right into cross crawl, and then we'll get into the joint mobility. So 5 air squats, we're just going to push hips down and back, stand tall through the spine, hands can go out. And let's do 5 together. Way to go. And you might start a little bit shallower range of motion as we get going and then gradually work into more depth as we go through a couple rounds here together. So cross crawl, we're going to bring the opposite knee to elbow. Stand tall through the spine. What you'll need today, if you're grabbing equipment, maybe I should have given you a second for this, but you can run and grab it. Take a quick break if you need it. Water bottle, tennis ball, dumbbell or light hand weight, and then maybe a resistance band. Haven't decided 100% if we're going to work that into the warm-up movements today or not. So cross crawl, finishing up with that, and then we're going to go into some hand flexion waves. So hands can be up. We're going to curl the fingers down, thinking about trying to flex or curl them one joint at a time, working our way down. Reach those fingertips towards the wrist, and then come up straight with a straight hand. We're in the start position again. Curl down, roll them down one joint at a time, in and back out. Let's do a third one, and then let's switch it to the thumbs. So that was the 4 fingers, and then go thumbs. That thumb, we're going to roll in one joint at a time and then reach it across towards the base of the pinky and then straighten it back out. So roll across towards the base of the pinky, straighten it back out. Good. You can shake out any tension from that. Sometimes it'll start to really work those forearms and the muscles, intrinsic muscles in the hands. Let's do 5 squats again. So again, hips down and back, thinking tall spine, 4 and 5. Way to push that floor away to bring yourself back up tall to standing. So we're going to go cross crawl again. Great job. You do the range of motion that works well for you. Bring in opposite elbow, cross to that opposite knee. Let's go a few more seconds here. Nice job. And then let's go into some long arm swings. So we're going to pivot, lift one foot to let that knee, hip, ankle rotate. And then arms are just nice and relaxed here. So almost like a loose cooked spaghetti noodle on the arms and floating them through. Good. We're going to go right back to the hands. So we're going to do some bent finger circles, one finger at a time. We're going to leave the thumb out of this one. So you're going to take one hand, bend the knuckle. Hopefully you can see that. Get a little closer. So our bent knuckle, and then I'm going to circle that pointer finger in space. These might be tough, and we're working on circling. Might need to hold your hand or hold a couple other fingers if they want to move along. So that's middle finger. We're going to bend the ring finger. If these are tough to differentiate, don't worry. You can help. Your other hand can provide some stability for those fingers next door to the finger that we're working. But we should be able to isolate and differentiate each finger and circle it both in a straight finger and in a bent finger position. So I know these might be challenging, that's okay. Other hand, we're gonna work through pointer finger first. Great job. Go to middle. Hopefully you're not considering doing something else with the middle finger right now. Hit your camera. Like, sure, Brian, you want me to move with a 90-degree knuckle, just one finger at a time. I know these are tough. Mine didn't look, they're not perfect, but they didn't look as differentiated or as smooth as they do now a few months ago. So I've worked on them a little bit. Shake out any tension from that. You guys are doing great. We're gonna do 5 more squats, a couple more cross crawls. So again, long spine, hands out, hips down and back. Push that floor away. Bring your, if you have a logo on your shirt, bring your logo on your shirt up. And then cross crawl, let's go opposite knee to elbow again. Might have done an extra squat. That's good. Way to breathe, way to stay tall on these. And then from there, we're gonna go into wrist glides. So let's step into a lunge position, keep the lower body active and create some length on the back leg. And then we're gonna glide the wrist up and wrist down. Great job. Think about the wrist leading the fingers now. So you're gonna let the fingers follow that wrist leader. Okay, nice and tall. Stretch that back leg, switch lunge positions. Nice job. We're gonna go into side lunge knee figure eights. So side lunge position, I wanna tuck the pelvis or posterior tilt in the pelvis. And then I'm gonna do a horizontal or kind of that bent over figure eight pattern on the knee. Nice job. And reverse direction of the eight. Woo. Make the brain work. All right, switch sides. We're in that other side lunge. Way to get loose, way to warm up. Focus on that figure eight pattern. Try to see if you can make it approximately the same every time you go through space there. Switch direction, reverse it. Nice. If you notice a difference, for me, left one's a little bit choppier than the right figure eight. I would want to do more on that side that has less coordination to upregulate that left cerebellum, and maybe a couple more reps there. So if you got a side you need to do a couple more repetitions on, try to smooth it out, smooth out that pattern in the figure eight. Nice job. We're going to go 5 reverse lunges, so continuing with the warm-up. Great to be by a wall, by a stable object if you need to or want to for this. So we're stepping back, both knees can bend, pushing back into that toe and ankle dorsiflexion on the back foot. Just warming up the feet. Nice job. Good. And I think that's 5 and 5, maybe a couple more. We're going to go elbow eights. So we just did knee figure eights. Now we're going to do some elbow figure eights. So this one we're going to start. Let's go wide base. We're going to reach out, make a loose fist. So the arm's about 45 degrees off to the side, not straight out, not straight forward, right in between. From there, I'm going to come around back of the hand to my face, circle. Once I completed that circle, I'm going to scoop, keeping the elbow up and the hand down, scoop the hand below the elbow, and then come back around. So I'm in the start position, go top circle, bottom circle. If you use your imagination, this should be creating sort of a 3D figure eight pattern. So top circle, bottom circle. We're rotating, rolling, palm up to palm down as you come through this figure eight pattern. If you get a good feel for that and you want to speed it up, you're welcome to do that. Nice. Other side, shake out tension from that. So loose fist, opposite side. We're bringing the back of the hand around towards the face. Finish with the palm up. Then scoop, knuckles to the rib cage, elbows up high, hand is down low, scoop around, and we're back to the start position. So around the top, scoop the hand underneath to get below the elbow. That's the bottom circle, and then start to connect the two in a continuous eight pattern. Way to stay tall, way to breathe, doing great. Again, you can speed it up if you feel comfortable with that. Next, from here in this wide base, let's go ahead and rock to the inside of the ankle. So we're just going to tip to the inside of the ankle. Other side, same thing. Letting that inside ankle tip. If you have some shoes on today, that's great for the one where we're doing that step up into a wall or a box type of deal. Other foot, or 1 foot forward, we're going to go outside ankle tilt. So we're laterally tipping gently through that ankle, trying to keep the ankle active as you press into that lateral tilt, in and out, gentle, and pressing in and out with some activity in those muscles in the ankle. So working on actively pressing back to a neutral foot, actively rolling to the ankle tilt, pressing back to neutral. Good. Let's go into some light bouncing. So we're just up on ball of foot now. Light bouncing, good. And then from there, we're going to go 5 reverse lunges again. Before we do those, I want to give you one more quick midline drill. So we're going to bring feet together. You need some clear space on the floor around you for this one, unless you're great at balance stuff. So if you are, good. We're just going to close your eyes. So we're going to start feet connected to the floor and then eyes closed. Those feet should be touching, insteps, touching foot to foot. Good. So if you're pretty good there and there's not a lot of sway, you feel pretty stable, now I want you to challenge yourself a little bit. So we're going to go a little bit wider. Feet don't need to be touching anymore, but heels right under the hips. Now go up onto your ball of foot. So we're going to get up on the toes, and I want you to eyes closed again. And for me, what I find is right away, this is a lot more work for the foot, a lot more work for the ankle and the lower leg, and actually even more work for the upper body. So with eyes closed, you might be by a wall where you can touch something, stable object, if you need it. And if you do 15, 20, shoot for eventually 30 seconds of this ball of foot, eyes closed position, fantastic for your balance and fantastic for strengthening that lower leg. So also increases activation to the midline, cerebellum, and your midline structures. So really great for balance. We're going to go ahead and go into some shoulder circles. We're going to combine right and left arm today. So I want you to reach one arm forward, one arm behind you, and then start some shoulder circles. So we're tall spine, chest is forward, one arm forward, one arm back. I reversed somewhere in there. And so same thing other side, reach one forward, one back, try to make sure that that chest is forward. We're keeping a tall posture, nice. And shoulder circles, you can work on creating a little bit bigger circle or a smaller circle. You can vary the speeds on these. Keep breathing and stay tall. Nice job. So we're going to go to some lower leg rotations. If you want a pillow, if you need a pillow to kneel on, that's great for this. Otherwise, we're just going to set right up into it on the floor. So we got 1 foot forward. We're going to hold right underneath right behind the knee. On the hamstring muscles, so right underneath the thigh. I'm going to roll my lower leg, my shin, into rotation. So I'm going through a pressure shift through the ball of foot. So the metatarsal head by the big toe into the metatarsal head by the pinky toe. I'm shifting my weight through that ball of foot while I'm trying to spin my shin in space. So notice the upper leg isn't really going anywhere other than up and down a little bit, trying to keep it from shifting or rotating side to side. Just the lower leg primarily is what we're focusing on rotating there. Same thing other side. So again, hold the femur, hold that thigh so it stays fairly stable. And just cueing that with your hands so that you can focus on this lower leg, again, rotating in space. These are great for runners, walkers, people that just want to maybe start to accumulate some mileage with walking and running and want to do it injury-free. You need to be able to differentiate the ankle from the shin and the shin from the knee, and that is going to give you way better stability, especially if you're walking or running on unstable surfaces. So lower leg warm-up, great job. Then we're going to go to floor plane jaw circles. So we're going to take the chin, and this is the transverse plane. Think about the floor kind of being a guide. If we raise that floor up or we put a chin under your board, a board under your chin, we're then going to circle the jaw in space on that board. So forward, side, and back. Other way, forward, side, and back. Brian, why are we moving the jaw? Well, because it's a midline structure and it's capable of moving, so we want a movement map for that, and it's close to the brain. So those muscles are really close to the brain. They're also intimately connected to something you do for survival every day, which is eat food. So we want to keep the jaw healthy. We want to keep those muscles and nerves, the trigeminal nerve in particular, healthy by doing some movement there. You could assess balance. So maybe if you had some challenge with the ball of foot balance before, eyes closed, we could come right back to that and retest. Say, okay, maybe not for me, did jaw circles actually create some positive shift in balance? And if you're noticing that the feet aren't working as hard or that that's significantly better, that jaw circle might be a good one for you to do. We can also circle in this plane or around that way. So different movements that you can do. It is important to warm up the jaw, yes. We're going to go closed chain hip circles next. So we're going to side lunge, tuck the pelvis, and then we're going to hip circle on the straight leg side. Notice I'm pushing this hand down into my hip to create a little bit of pressure down and in towards the opposite foot. So it almost looks like this knee is doing a knee circle, but my focus is here on this left hip. I'm pressuring into that hip to create a little bit of stretch, actually on the opposite side of the joint in the inner thigh. And I'm going to shift, go the other way. So we got closed chain hip circles, pelvic tuck, and we're coming through both directions. Great job. Then we're going to go forward lunge and press in to the hip. I'm right below the glute crease, so the bottom of the buttocks, and I'm pushing in now down and forward towards the opposite foot or the lead foot, trying to drive that hip forward. This creates a nice big stretch in the front of the hip. Same thing other side. You're going to find the bottom of the buttocks, actually actively push that hand down like I'm driving the femur towards the other foot. Fairly gently, doesn't have to be a ton of pressure, but that will create more stretch and make this more effective as we go through the closed chain hip circles. Good. So fantastic warm-up. We're going to dive into the movements now, the strength movements. So we're going to start with air hunger arm swings. So you can either inhale or exhale. Hold that exhale or hold the inhale, and then we're going to go into some arm swings. I want you to just go until you feel like you need to stop, then stop the movement, take a deep breath in, okay? So we're going to make a loose fist, thumb on top, and start this alternating long arm swing. So stand nice and tall. I'm going to exhale, hold my breath. Whew. And then a couple recovery breaths. Whew. And we're going to dial down from that. And once your heart rate, breathing have normalized a little bit, we're going to go into some pre-flex work. So we're going to do a straight leg deadlift. You need your dumbbell for this, light hand weight. You could use a tennis ball too if you wanted to. So from a hinge position with the opposite leg from the dumbbell being your stance leg. So if you're holding in your right hand, it will be left leg down as your stance leg. We're going to keep the shoulders back nice and tall. A little bit of bracing or stability here in the abs and the midline. From there, we're going to reach that weight down towards that foot and then come up quick into a press. So reaching the leg back. If you want to be by a wall, you could use that wall for the free hand to stabilize a little bit. We're going to drive from here up quick. So this is like pre-stretching the muscle, the hamstring, upper back musculature, and then activating it. So we're driving up nice and quick, working on power here. Let's do 5. So 4. Reach with that back leg. You have heel down on the stance leg. Accelerate up. Great job. So we'll go 5 on that side, 5 on the opposite. You got this? So reaching down, across, up quick. Reaching back, down and across, and then up quick. Good. Great. Accelerate up into that finish. If you needed to, get up with the arm and put the foot down to catch yourself on balance, totally fine. You do what works for you. And again, remember, being close to a wall, countertop, stable object, fantastic as you get used to doing this pre-flex movement. 5 and 5, we got those done. Good job. And then we're going to go into a lunge into the wall, or a step up lunge type movement into a wall. For me, I'm going to use the box today. So what I want to do, I'm going to accelerate my opposite foot from the reaching arm up today. So I want to get up on my ball of foot on the back foot. So I'm pushing off the floor with ball of foot down. Then this arm opposite of the leg driving is reaching up. So looking at the camera, it looks kind of like a march. We're going to do 5 of those per side, nice and quick. Ready, set, go. Remember to brace and breathe. Working on power, working on acceleration. Great job. So this is part of your sprint cycle or your stride cycle if you're a runner. If you're a walker, it's going to make you better at that too. So we're going to go 5 to the other side, so up quick. And up quick. Good. There we go. Going to keep some length through the spine as you do these. And then up on the ball of foot. So hitting ball of foot both sides. That's round 1. We're going to get back into air hunger arm swings in just a second. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Brian. Good video going?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
Rolling through it. So we got the strength part, strength and power here. So we're going to air hunger again when you're ready. Do a little recovery time. And then loose fist, thumb on top. We'll start those arm swings. So again, tall posture. Inhale or exhale, and we'll start the breath hold. Go, go, go. You can speed it up a little bit. Whew. Took my breath a little early there. Let you finish them up if you're still going. Good. Remember, don't push it to obviously seeing stars, getting lightheaded. Just want to stretch that lung capacity or stretch the muscular capacity a little bit, building up a little bit of carbon dioxide. Whew. Might need a towel. I don't know if you're sweating. I'm sweating here. So we're going to get into round 2 of that single leg power movement where we're reaching down and across and then coming up quick into like a shoulder press position, either with the foot down if you need it for balance, or with the foot up if your balance is feeling really solid right now with these. So we're going down and across with the reach. Accelerate up nice and quick. Good job. You got this. Again, remember, close to the wall, stable object if you need it. So reach, keeping that heel down for now on the base leg. And going 4. You got this. 1 more. Be quick up. Good. I like having a hand weight. It doesn't have to be super heavy. Can of soup, tennis ball, just an object, an external object, so that you can really work on your brain having a target of, okay, I'm bringing this object up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to do that fast. Same thing on the other side. So we're reaching back, accelerate up. Good job. Reach, accelerate up. You got this. Good. Last couple. Good. And let's go 1 more. Big reach. Good. Awesome. So a little bit of rest and recovery. We're going to do the box step up. So again, working on speed. Going into a wall or box. Stable object. And then we're going opposite hand and foot going up into flexion. So the foot that goes up is opposite of the hand weight. When you're ready, think tall spine, and here we go. Up. We're getting up on ball of foot on that back leg. 2, 3, right, accelerate. Here we go. 4, good. Get up quick. And 5, good. Switch sides. You got this. Here we go. Up, good. 2, way to push. 3, good. Good. Rise up on that ball of foot. Really good. Strengthening for the calf, the Achilles tendon. I'm working on getting up quick with that. Good. In your rest period here, let's do a little bit of vision ball. So if you have a tennis ball, you can throw it against a wall. You can throw it up in the air. Challenge yourself a little bit by trying to toss it up high. So see if you can get above head height. And we can do a little bit alternating hands. If you have 2 tennis balls, and you want to really start to challenge yourself, you can toss 2 at a time, kind of bringing one around in a circular fashion, or you can do the skyscraper where one goes up right and you catch right, one goes up left and you catch left. Whew, good. So a little reset, grab a sip of water if you need it, and then we're going to go round 3 with the strength work. We're getting there. All right, so we got air hunger arm swings again. If arm swings weren't super tough on the first couple sets, let's challenge it a little bit more. So we're going to bring one foot slightly forward in front of the other foot. And then if you're comfortable with it, elevate the heels just slightly. So ever so slightly, bring those heels up off the floor so you can slide a couple sheets of paper under there. We're going to stay tall. Again, loose fist, start the arm swing. You can exhale, hold your breath. Whew, and then breathe when you need to. Great job. Awesome. So same thing, let's even that out by putting the other foot forward. No air hunger this time. So maybe we're already experiencing some air hunger, right? So we're going to drive up, heels elevate a little bit, other foot forward, and then we'll start the arm swings again. Just normal breathing, little tension in the abdomen, staying tall, crown of the head up, and accelerate with those arms. Go, go, go. Nice job. Trying to bring your thumb to cheek to cheek. So quick arm swings and finish. Nice job. Awesome. Should be feeling that in the shoulders, upper back muscles. Awesome work. We're going to go back to that straight leg one more time. So I'm curious, after doing arm swings, when we bring the heels up, is your balance better on this set? Is it the same? Is it worse? So the guess and the hope here would be, after we did a arm swing midline drill with some ab tension and some air hunger, we might have amped up your cerebellum activity, and we might have a little bit better balance on this set. So let's test the theory. We're going to go ahead and reach back, that back leg, accelerate up nice and quick. Good job. So that weight comes across towards the stance foot, and then up quick. Good. Reach that hand right up to the ceiling. Try to get there nice and quick again. Good. 4, you got this. One more. And up. Nice. Switch sides. Make sure we're keeping some engagement in the abs here. Other leg is your base. Coming back. Accelerate up. Nice job. You got this. We go last set here. Way to finish strong. Up quick again. You got it. Bring that weight, implement, ball, whatever it is, up towards the ceiling. Go. And way to finish those. Awesome. All right. From there, we got that interesting little step up movement. One more time. So we're going weight opposite of the leg that again is going up to plant onto box, stable surface. Maybe it's a wall that you don't mind getting a little bit dirty, like a garage wall or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and come up quick. And we're going 5 of these. Here we go. 2. Get up on that ball of foot on the base leg, so you're pushing off onto the toes, ball of foot. Good. And go. Nice. So 5, switch sides. 5 or 6 there. Here we go. Nice. 3. Quick push. 4. Way to be quick. Accelerate up. Awesome work on power today. So great for your balance, great for your reactions, and reducing injury risk. So good strong finish. I'll let you grab a sip of water, and then we're going to go ahead and finish with a couple nerve glides. So I want you to start thumb inside your 4 fingers. So you're going to close down on that thumb, drive the wrist forward. So the wrist, you're going into radial deviation or driving the wrist forward with the fingers behind it. You're going to press the shoulder down and then tilt your head away. So lateral flexion, your head tilt away. Might feel tension in the shoulder, maybe the bicep, maybe down here into the forearm. If not, we can just gently drive the hand back a little bit. So arm can go back, still keeping the wrist forward. Good. Same thing on the other side. Screw your thumb inside 4 fingers. Glide that wrist forward, head away, shoulder is down. And if you have a 3 out of 10 intensity there, hold it. If not, we can glide the whole arm back slightly. This is your musculocutaneous nerve, so it innervates the bicep muscle. So you should be able to create a nice strong bicep contraction after that one. From there, we're going to go into radial. So thumb across the palm, flex the wrist, shoulder down, shoulders turned in. So the fingers are pointed straight back. From there, head can go away. You can do a little bit of arm circling. We can also bring the head back, shrug while we tilt away, and then shoulder down while the head comes back to neutral. So this is going to be more of like a floss for the radial nerve. So we're flossing the nerve like flossing your teeth. Thumb across the palm, opposite side, flex the wrist, shoulder down, head away. We can do a little circling there. So that's more tensioning. And then let's go to the floss. So shrug the shoulder, head away, shoulder down, head back. Shrug, head away, shoulder down, head back. Nice job. Last one we want to finish up with here is the axillary nerve glide. So fingers are open, palm is facing back. We're going to press the shoulder down and keep the elbow just slightly bent. So there's just an ever so slight bend in that elbow. We're going to push the hand back and the elbow forward. So from the side, looks like this. Hand goes back, elbow forward. And then again, we could go head away. This is for the shoulder muscles, the deltoids, people think of as the primary shoulder muscles. Other side, palm facing back, fingers open, slight elbow bend, press that arm down, and then head away. And remember, we can do a little bit of internal, external rotation. So pushing the hand back, elbow forward is going to create more tension, and then we can come out of tension by bringing the hand forward. Hand back, more tension, hand forward, less tension. Great job today. Thanks for moving with me. Keep it up. You got this.